Assalamu alaikum and welcome to season 3 of Come Iftar with me, Chef Hamza. Today I am delighted to do a fantastic staple of the Middle East, chicken shawarma on fresh bread. This is my version of it. Chicken thighs has to be, do not use the breast. We have some sumac, it's a Lebanese, lemony kind of spice, ground cloves, ground cardamom. We have tahini sauce, very important. Some bay leaves, salt, sugar, pomegranate molasses, some flour, we have some olive oil here, regular lettuce, pomegranate, some lemon or lime, red onion, tomato, parsley, ground cumin, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and garlic. To start, we have to make the dough for the bread. Now, if you're a little bit tight for time, you can buy yourself a little flat bread, the kind of lavash style, the Turkish style. You can get yourself some pita bread. But if you have time, I generally really do recommend make it yourself. So we've got some flour. Into this bowl, I'm going to take a little bit of warm water. We're going to add a little bit of yeast. Make sure it's warm water, that activates the yeast. A little bit of sugar. That's going to feed the yeast and it's going to give a little bit of sweetness to the bread. And a pinch of salt. I'm going to add the salt to the flour. You don't want to put it to the yeast mix because you might end up killing the yeast. Just a pinch. You're going to incorporate this together. I'm going to add a little drizzle of olive oil. Just gives it a little extra flavor. Then I'm going to pour. And you've got to make sure that you work it. Once you feel it can come away from the sides, you want to dump it out and work it on the surface. Just a touch more flour, I think, and we're done. You need to work at it for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Like I said, you've got to break the gluten down. I'm going to put that back in, cover it up with a bit of cling film, leave it for at least 40 minutes. We'll start with our chicken. Always chicken thighs. Got them on the bone. Don't overcomplicate things, guys. Like I said, it's very simple. You want to leave the skin. The skin is important. A lot of flavor in the skin. Once you've taken the bone out, and you're going to slice. Nice and thin. Now, the reason why we use thigh, one, primarily, it's the tastiest part. And secondly, doesn't dry out. Over to our marinade. Good helping of salt. You can start adding your spices. Pinch the ground cloves. Pinch the ground cardamom. Again, pinch nutmeg. Touch cinnamon, not too much, and a pinch of cumin. To this, squeeze of a whole lemon. Tenderize your chicken beautifully as well. It's a fantastic iftar dish, it really is. At least an hour. If you can, if you've got time, overnight. At least an hour in the fridge. Crack it open. I'm going to take a bit of parsley in here. Now we're going to use sumac. It's a lemony kind of herb. It's almost like a barky kind of herb, but it does add that great acidity. Now I'm going to add a pinch of salt. The tahini sauce that you get in your shawarma, your takeaway, is not the same tahini sauce that you're going to buy straight from the supermarket. Okay, that's the tahini sauce here. It comes very dark, it's very thick, it's quite a strong, pungent sesame paste. To make it similar to how they have it, or to make it how they do it, at least in Lebanon, tahini sauce, lemon juice. I want to put a touch of the olive oil. I'm going to add a clove. Not chopped, just crushed. You just want the flavor running through. Like that. That's it. Fork and whisk. Add a touch of water. And another squeeze of lemon juice. Now you want it loose, because you've got to be able to pour it. You keep adding water until you get the perfect consistency. If you want to make it more garlicky, finely dice or blend the garlic and add it to it. I like it just like this. Sauces are there. Salad's pretty much done. Let's get the bread out. So now, this has been proved. As you see, it's doubled in size, nice and spongy. Look at that. Knock it back, take it out. Ready to go. For a second proof. Bit of flour on your work surface, not too much. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to portion it. You really don't need large amounts because you want it quite thin. So you're going to make your little dough balls. That's about the size you want, like that. Okay. So I'm going to cover these up, like so. You leave it 20 minutes. I'm going to crack straight on now with the chicken that we're going to have here. Put the grill on now, fry that off, and you just grill it. You're going to get those crispy burnt bits. That's the best bit in the shawarma. Perfect sound. Try not to put too much liquid in there, otherwise you end up braising and boiling it. You want to fry it before we crisp it off. What I will do, 1 garlic clove in there. You almost want to burn it, almost. You're going to fry it off, you're going to get the liquid to evaporate. Now, little toss, get the other side going. We're going to start on the bread. Like so. Perfect. Don't worry about being perfect, you really don't have to. This is home cooking. So we've got that in there, a nice heat. Look at that. What I'm going to do now, turn this off. I'll put this on the grill. I just want to grill it just for a little bit. No, you want a bit more flat than that. It's tahini sauce here, look at that. Okay. And here, pomegranate molasses. So guys, there we have it. Your perfect iftar dish to share with everyone. Homemade chicken shawarma. Enjoy.